Hey, you guys. How's it going? Boy, oh boy, do I have a video for you. I need to just pull up my Instagram threads so I can look up Massy Arias. She getting slaughtered right now. But I don't care, I don't care, I don't care because she's right. She's 100% right. Um, so let me pull this over. So okay, y'all, I made a video yesterday saying that I was wrong because I was like, no, Serena's not on GLP-1. She's just like working out as an athlete. And then she comes out and says, I am on GLP-1s. And women all over the world are like, see, Serena Williams is the most disciplined person on the planet. And if she can't do it, neither can I. And if she needs GLP-1, so do I. And I'm just like, I am so sick to my stomach with this mentality. Um, so let me pull up her phrase because I want to make sure that you guys can see exactly. Let me share this with you guys so you guys can see exactly what she wrote. So share screen. There we go. Okay. So here's what Massy Arias had to say. Let's do this again. Part 1. It made me sad to see Serena Williams promoting GLP-1. This means that nutrition interventions with physical activity have not been enough to get her to the size she wishes to be. If we look deeper, there are other issues that may be at hand contributing to women not seeing the results that they want. Sleep deprivation and chronic stress of the former two are in the optimal balance. I think what she meant to say is basically like, even sometimes when you're losing weight, and I as a trainer understand that, like you'll get to a point and then you have to do like the next kind of crazy thing. It's like the next item that you have to look at in your life, right? And especially because we live in a nation where we're go, 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 go. Chronic stress is normal. A lot of times women will stall out at a certain weight and then they have to find the next sort of thing that's missing, right? So maybe you've been able to lose 30 pounds without sleeping 8 hours a night. But now your body's like, okay, if you want to lose the extra 10, you're going to have to do all the right things. That involves sleeping, red light therapy, massages, things like that. And oftentimes people are simply not willing to do that. So here is the backlash that she's getting. This is so judgmental. You don't know her struggle with weight loss, weight gain as an older mother. I've been active all my life. And when I had my child at 38, all the things that should have taken the weight off did not. And a GLP-1 helped me, and I still have been exercising, eating right, and I don't have high blood pressure anymore. I immediately unfollowed you for your tone deaf, it's tone deaf comment, and I've been following you for years. Also goes to show that if Serena can't do it, one of the best athletes in the world with the best trainers, nutritionists, and hours of strenuous exercise a day, how can the average person with all this succeed? Ozempic isn't a crutch, it's a lifeline. It is a crutch. It is a crutch because what we have come to believe is that we can do nothing without medication. We firmly, like this sort of perpetuates the medical industry complex, which is the first thing that people want to do is they want a medication. They don't want to work through this stuff. Okay, you guys know, so I have 5 sisters and I have a mother who's had 8 children. You want to talk about it? Because this is where people don't like when I start talking. I have a video. My mother is probably 18% body fat, being for real. She had my last sister in her 40s. Okay. She did not take a GLP-1. My oldest sister has just had her last child. Okay. She has several children as well. She and her husband. She is in her 40s. My other sister has several children as well. She and her husband. And she had her last baby at 38. They're not wealthy. They don't have access to the best nutritionists and doctors, right? My mother, I watched her go through this perimenopause and the menopausal cycle. Did she gain some weight? Yes. But she rode the wave of that and continued with her healthy habits. She tried several natural things and they worked. So it's not that it can't be done, it's that we no longer have the patience to deal with that because we have this thing in front of our faces. And a lot of people are like, if you're not perimenopausal, menopausal, or postmenopausal, the statement right here, then you need to remove yourself from the situation. Actually, no, because it doesn't really matter. You need to go to a endocrinologist, which long term is going to be cheaper than GLP-1s. Go to an endocrinologist, ask your doctor for panels, and figure out how to balance that out. But here's the truth, okay? And this is gonna ruffle some feathers. A lot of people lie. And when you're a coach and a trainer, you know this. A lot of people lie. They will say, I've been doing everything I'm doing. And meanwhile, they're sneaking pints of ice cream, or they're sneaking handfuls of trail mix, multiple handfuls of trail mix. Or they're going out with their husband and eating the whole serving of food that's on their plate. And they're lying about what they've done. So it's very possible, when you're a coach and a trainer, you understand that it's very possible that people are saying that they're doing everything that they can, but they're actually not. They're actually not. And just because someone is an athlete doesn't mean that they know what to look for. I have worked with professional athletes. And when I'm like, hey, I need you to look into your TSH, your reverse T3, your T4. I need you to look into getting multiple cortisol panels throughout the day. I need you to look at your TSH. They're like, what? What do you mean? Yeah, like there are a multitude of tests that can tell you what's going on. I need you to figure out what your CRP levels are. Figure out what your inflammation markers are. Figure out if you're getting enough vitamin D. Just because you're outside playing tennis doesn't mean you're getting enough vitamin D. Like there are millions upon millions of things that you could be looking at. And when people say that they've done everything, a lot of times they're lying. And this comment isn't about Serena. This is about the average person. A lot of times people lie about what they've done. The truth is that they are not doing what they're supposed to do consistently for a long time. And notice how she didn't give details in her video about what she was doing consistently for a long time. Instead, she just said, well, I tried everything and it didn't work. Okay, baby, what was everything? Tell us what exactly you tried, because the people want to know. That would be really helpful too, to say, okay, I tried these things and this didn't help. Number one, so people know what else they should be trying to do, but also so that we can say, if we're practitioners, say, hey, okay, so you tried all of those. These are the things that she didn't try that we're going to try. But the main issue is that we do not have the patience anymore for weight loss. We just don't. Here's a great comment. Why is everyone acting like GLP-1 drugs don't have a pending class action lawsuit? This is the other piece of it. This is a monetary gain for Serena Williams. This is a monetary gain. If you don't think she's about her money, you are wildly mistaken. I don't doubt that she lost inches and a few pounds here and there. But she knows, as a Black woman, that if she gets on there, and as a world-class athlete, she knows that if she gets on there and says, I created this, I use this GLP-1, millions and millions of women are going to put themselves into credit card debt to support Serena Williams' brand. There are so many layers to this that are just dysfunctional AF, in my opinion, like completely dysfunctional. The cursing is a lot. Girl, please. I've taken Victoza, Trulicity, Ozempic, and now Mounjaro as a diabetic, and I've reaped the other benefits GLP-1s provide: weight loss, hormonal balance, fertility, mood stabilization, combined with diet and exercise. Why have you taken so many of them, though? Because here's the thing, they also do not work for some people, right? So a lot of people will rotate these GLP-1s because they stop working. What a lot of these girls will not tell you also is that they are struggling with other side effects from this. They are struggling, but they won't tell you that their stomachs are hurting all the time, that they're losing their eyesight, that they're unable to sleep, that they have anxiety when they come off. A lot of people are being dishonest about that. So that was the post that like made everybody upset. And so let's talk about it. Number one, Serena knows what she's doing. She is the picture of discipline and power, and honestly, like world-class athleticism. And so again, the messaging is if she needs a GLP-1 to manage her weight, then I can't do it either. And I hate this mentality among us, like women in general. I hate this mentality. I have come to realize that my family and I are built different. We're just built different. Like we just have no ounce of quit in us. Like no ounce. And I'm realizing that most of the world doesn't think that way. It's the reason why my brother, after 10 years of thinking he was going to be a rapper, is now getting his PhD in some random, I don't even know. I can't even say the things that it's some like bio, micro, psycho. I don't even know what it is. It's so next level scientific. No quit. So I'm realizing that I don't understand this because I don't have this kind of mentality where I'm like, I guess I can't do it. I guess I'm going to fail. Like to me, there's always another option. And so I don't like when we have these things that help us to become less resilient. I don't like when we have these things that reinforce this hopeless narrative that weight loss and health are unattainable without pharmaceuticals. Oh, the reality is you're lazy. You're lazy. You're not desperate enough. You're not desperate enough. 90% of people do not need GLP-1s. There is a population of people who do need them. I'm not going to pretend like that's not the case. There is a population of people who do need them. I'm not going to pretend like that's not the case. 90% of the population does not. 90% of the population has never done an exact meal plan, an exact workout training plan for 90 days. They have not. They have not. And so, of course, it's very easy to say, it didn't work for me. Well, baby, because you didn't do it. You didn't do it. I'm not talking, we love an exception to the rule, right? We love an exception to the rule. We're like, well, I have PCOS. So do I, technically. I don't, everybody has, the criteria for PCOS, by the way, is not even real. Like, technically, you could have all these factors and have it, and technically, you could have all these factors and do not. So all this, I have diabetes. I work with clients with diabetes. They be losing weight. Their A1C goes down. When they do the thing, it goes down. The reality is they want to be able to go out and binge eat on ice cream and donuts and have no consequences for their behavior. Same thing with the general population. They want to be able to go out and binge eat on donuts and then stick themselves with something for the next week to keep the food down. Oprah said she does the same thing. Like so I have a problem with these conversations when we're not honest. Just be honest. Just say, I don't want to do the work of dealing with the emotional things, the underlying nutritional deficiencies that I built up over time. Just say that. Just say that. And then we can have an honest conversation. But what we do is we do this weird thing where we hold ourselves up as victims of this thing. And oh my gosh, you need to be empathetic to me because I am this victim of this type 2 diabetes that I gave myself. We're not talking about type 1 diabetes because they're dealing with something different. Type 2 diabetes is preventable. Remember that. It's preventable. So you gave yourself type 2 diabetes, and now you're mad because It's going to take you some work to get that weight down and that weight off. And now you need a weight loss drug to do it. Some people do, a lot of people do not. And this woman knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. She's about to make, that company is going to make millions and millions of dollars because it is Serena. And she knows it. And that to me is a little diabolical. Second thing I want to talk about is just this lack of resilience in our culture in general. We have come to avoid discomfort and hard work and long-term strategy, period. This came with the rise of like TikTok fame, Instagram fame, and YouTube fame. Right? This is why we have children who are no longer like, I want to be a doctor, or no, they're like, I want to be a YouTube star because it's fast, quick money. And then you have people on TikTok and Instagram, and for years we've been marketed to that weight loss is fast and that the right weight loss is fast. And so what do? If it's not fast, there must be something wrong. And doctors are like, I'm tired of telling you to eat well and walk and exercise. So here's a pill. It'll get you to shut up. I get a little kickback from it, and we can move on with our merry way. Again, if you have diabetes and you need this, this is not for you. But for people who do not have those issues, there are other options for you, right? So our quick fixes like GLP-1s, they really play into that. We want these instant results. And so we don't have to build our resilience muscle. We don't have to build the work hard muscle. And I don't think people are realizing how this is actually going to affect us long term. We are going to see in 10, 20 years, people who simply can't withstand anything difficult. They can't withstand difficult workouts. They can't withstand being hungry. They can't withstand having to wait for food. Like there's just a general growth of laziness in our culture. And so we want to, and we love to outsource effort, which in and of itself isn't bad, right? This all started with like, hey, have someone come clean your home, have someone do your groceries. The problem is that you're never doing anything. So you don't have grit. And most people, to be honest, are not building businesses. They're simply just like not wanting to work hard. Patience is another thing that when you're on a GLP-1, you don't have to have patience. I'd like to remind you that the average weight loss is actually 0.5 pound to 2 pounds a week. But when you're on a GLP-1, you can get 3 pounds, maybe consistently 2 pounds a week. And you don't have to deal with the underlying issue of emotional eating that a lot of people have. You don't have to deal with the underlying issue of, oh, I ate myself into oblivion. I did not cook healthy meals. And now I'm living a result of that. And so I don't actually have to feel the consequences of my poor behavior. That's problematic. That is problematic. Again, if you have been on this channel, you guys know I lost 40 pounds naturally. 40 pounds. Okay? I had zero metabolic health. Okay? Testosterone was way off. Estrogen was way off. Progesterone was way off. Cortisol was out of this world. I was working like 14-hour days. My blood count was so low. My doctor was like, "Hey, would you like me to scrape your bone marrow? You need to chill out. Like there's something wrong here. You need to chill out. You're working too much. You are stressed to the bone, literally, like to my bone marrow." And so I had to lose 40 pounds naturally. Was it hard? Yes. Did it take a long time? Yes. But number one, we didn't have the GLP-1 option. I wouldn't have taken it anyway. But number two, I have no quit in me. So I personally just believe that I can do anything. I personally believe it. So I also don't care that it takes a year, right? I don't care if it takes a year for me to lose weight. Okay, a year is going to pass anyway. But this need for a quick fix, we are building a culture that is going to be completely void of resilience pretty soon. And that's going to trickle into other areas of our lives. And I think it's by design. I think it's by design. I think we're training ourselves to never have to work hard for anything. And so when the time comes for us to fight back for anything, we'll just be, yes, whatever you want. I can't do anything. I'm weak. I'm weak. I'm weak. Can't stand it. The other thing that happened with this post is that we love to be validated in our failures. Like, this is why I firmly believe like we love hearing other people's failures, because it validates that we're not weak. On the flip side of that, this is why people hate when you lose weight. If you've been the fat friend the whole time and you lose weight naturally, is that it doesn't validate that part of them that says, none of us can do it. None of us, we're all just so weak. We're all just oppressed. We're all never going to get anything. It validates a piece of you when you see someone else fail that says, see, even I can do it. But this is why people hate me, right? Because yeah, I was 180 pounds at one point, you guys. I'm 5'2". Okay. And I was just like, I'm gonna do my walking. I'm gonna eat my 3 meals a day and 2 snacks. I'm gonna not binge eat. I'm gonna make sure I don't also undereat. And yeah, it bothers people. It bothers people. It bothers people when you do things that they wish they could do. But the flip side of that is that they will praise you for staying the same, or praise you for doing, things that are wrong, because they want to feel validated in their struggles. And with Serena's use of GLP-1s, it's like, see, it's not me. It's impossible. It's impossible without meds. And this kind of thinking really contributes to like the normalization of removing foundational habits. Like there's this trend happening where we are moving away from foundational habits, like eating properly, sleeping, moving consistently, addressing our stress issues. We're moving away from that and going, put a shot on it. And what's interesting is like, we're seeing a lot of people coming off of their SSRIs because they're realizing, wait a minute, this is like helping, but it's not. Because I still need to address the fundamental, like the underlying issues, which are, am I building community? Am I taking care of myself? Am I eating well? Am I going outside? And can I handle the ups and downs of life? And validation really doesn't mean anything. What I'm talking about is less about Serena and more about like the message that it sends out to the world. And of course, there are 2 mindsets around this, like, which is basically, if Serena can't do it, then no one can. But we're idolizing shortcuts, and we are robbing people of their confidence. We are robbing people in their confidence and their own ability to change. We are robbing them of their confidence. This is not a shame tactic. This is not a blame tactic. But real health, you guys, real health is built through daily habits, your mindset, your sleep, your resilience. So I don't care if you take GLP-1s for the rest of your life. If you do not deal with those other things, you will not be healthy. You will not be healthy. And you can argue with, your kitchen table. Do not argue with me. The people who are honest know this. The people who are honest know this. The people who are not continue saying, I am weak. I am weak. I can do nothing else. I'm weak. Give me a drug. I am weak. And mark my words, it will translate to other areas of your life. 500%. How you do one thing is how you do everything. I think that's how the phrase goes. Mark my words. And I'm going to say it again for the slow people in the back. I'm not talking about everybody. But we had an obesity problem that had nothing to do with, before GLP-1s. Doctors were saying, eat more, get more protein, walk, stop being sedentary. And it was working for a lot of people. There are millions and millions of women who have done this without weight loss drugs. But we don't want to hear about them. We go, you're special. I'm not. You're special. I'm not. I am weak. I can't do anything on my own. You're special. Isn't that a backwards way to think? Like, it's so backwards. It's so backwards. Instead of going, if she can do it, I can do it. Let me go find the people who did it naturally. No, we go, I am weak. I'm incapable. It's a shame. It really is a shame. All right, you guys, thanks for watching this video. Again, you can disagree. You just can't be disrespectful. If you agree, leave a comment. If you disagree, leave a respectful comment. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.